Sherman and Tingle in the morning.
I saw this story about unusual things that people have in their house. And maybe that reminds you of somebody when you go over to their house and you're like, what the heck is that? They have to explain what that is. Like, for instance, in this story, it was talking about some celebrities like Sheryl Crow. She has traditional death masks that were created after a person passes away, and she has the death masks of William McKinley and William Taft, former presidents. I don't know why you'd have that, but that's something you'd have to explain.
She's spiritual, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
It
spiritual.
brings out the spirits, you know?
Morbid. Neil Patrick Harris, he has a monkey bar. That's a taxidermy monkey. Like, the whole bar is like taxidermy monkeys.
Huh?
I know. There's another celebrity has a joint from Willie Nelson in a frame. Like, now that's an unusual
That's actually
thing.
kind of neat.
It's cool, but you have to explain it. You have anything like that at your house? You're a normal person?
Yeah, we don't have anything too crazy. My wife has a love of mushrooms, so there's mushroom stuff in our yard, and there's one in our house. She likes mushrooms. It's weird, you know, like little ceramic mushrooms. I don't know why she likes mushrooms.
Almost like Joe Dirt with the clowns. Like, she has the little...
Yeah, kind of. She likes mushrooms. There's one in the backyard, one in the front, one in the house.
I do have something, and it is in our living room, and I have to explain it when people come by because it almost looks like something like it could be used for something else. And let your mind wander, but it's completely it's totally fine. There's nothing deviant about it, but it could look deviant.
Is it art like my wife's mushrooms or no?
No. This is a device.
A device.
This is a device that has a function.
Oh, you have the Bulgarian vice grip, don't you?
No, but somebody looking at it like, what are you using that for? And it's in our living room. You know what? What unusual thing do you have in your house? You have to explain. If it's out there, like, what is this? I'll explain mine later. So if you ever stop by my house, I don't have to explain it again, and your mind doesn't wander.
All things that are sitting in your house, all things like a giant purple mouse.
Like a giant purple mouse, did he say? Is that what?
Love that song.
Yeah, we were talking about this story that we saw about unusual things in your homes, and there was a few celebrities that showed up. I know, like Sheryl Crow, she had death masks that were worn by presidents. Like, when I guess they made these masks when you passed away. So she has one from William McKinley and Taft. So Neil Patrick Harris has a monkey bar that has taxidermy monkeys made. I do have something at my house that I do have to explain when people come by, because it is sitting there in the living room. I guess I could take it out of the living room. I'm just too lazy, and it just sits there. And when people see it, they're like, what kind of device is that used for? And it is a device.
I'm trying to think. It just sits there.
Yeah, it just
in
sits
your living room, so it's part of your Art Deco.
It sits there on the floor right by the fireplace because I haven't moved it. And all it is, it's a cervical neck traction device. That's all it is. But it looks
some S&M stuff.
That's way it looks that way, but it's not. So it's a cervical neck traction relaxer and stretcher. So I get into this contraption. I have some cervical issues in my neck, and I've had epidurals in my neck before, and they work, but they don't work that long. They only work a few months. And actually, there was a person that reached out on the Drive's text that said, "Hey, you should try this thing." It wasn't cheap. It was like $400.
Is it like what those African women do to elongate their neck so they can put 50 rings on it?
If I stayed in it for months, probably. But yeah, you lay down in this contraption, and there's it's almost like a little turn knob, and you Velcro your head to it. It looks ridiculous. Thank God Katie's not taking a picture of me in this thing.
Well, you know what you got to do today? You got to do a video.
So you basically just belt yourself into this, your head into it, and then you lay on the floor, and then it kind of holds your shoulders, and then you crank it up, and it slowly pulls your head away from your body. It's like a medieval torture device, but it works great.
You got to video this. We all got to see it now.
It works
fantastic.
fantastic.
Talk about it. You got to do it now.
It looks ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous, but it works for me. It helps out because I have pinched nerves in my neck, and it shoots down my arms into my fingers. So that is something I have to explain every time somebody comes over.
I just got a message from Jamie on Facebook. She says, I clicked weird stuff too. A lot of animal bones, also cat balls in a jar.
The hell does that mean?
I don't know.
Well,
On a shelf.
Maybe she shouldn't explain it. Hey, Josh in Naperville, what is an odd thing that's at your house that you have to explain?
Hey guys, I know it probably sounds a little weird, but I have one of those. I don't know if you saw the movie Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Yeah, you know that one.
Yep.
I actually have one of the prop monkey brains from the movie. I've got it sitting out on the shelf in the living room.
Ooh, what does that feel like? Is it spongy?
It's a prop, so it looks spongy, but it feels very like solid and hard actually. But yeah, my wife hates it. It just sits there looking at her all day.
Chilled monkey brain.
Yes. Chilled monkey brain. Wasn't that Bangkok Palace?
Bangkok, you will go to Bangkok Palace and retrieve the stones.
That's definitely that one that you have to explain. All right, thank you, Josh. Let's go to Summer in Pilsen. What is an odd thing in your house that you have to explain?
Okay, so this is going to sound weird, but I have a casket in my garage.
A casket?
Yes. Okay, so my dad, right, he can never pass up a good deal, and he bought it really cheap, and he had nowhere to store it, so he put it in my garage.
I've heard people do that before. They prepare for the future.
My parents prepare for the future, but they have never actually purchased an actual.
There was coffins at Costco once. I swear to God. They had them at
He's not
Costco.
even home. He's not even getting senior citizen benefits yet.
So you're gonna hold on it. So you're like what? You're just the storage unit for his death house.
Basically, and I had to cover it up because my neighbors were freaking out.
You should flip it over and play beer pong on it.
The Sherman and Tingle Show. Mornings on 97.1 FM The Drive, Chicago's classic rock.